So in this session we are going to discuss about needle electrodes, which is a second type of biopotential electrode. And needle electrode consists of a needle type portion on one end, and this end is inserted inside the human body depending upon the type of measurement we need to make. In the figure you can see a diagram of needle electrode which is employed for EEG measurement, and these electrodes are generally not inserted into brain, that is the needle electrode for EEG measurement. These are used for taking EEG measurements, and to reduce the interface impedance, these needle electrodes use subdermal needles to penetrate the scalp of the head, and these electrodes are not directly inserted into the brain. They merely penetrate the skin, that is the scalp. Scalp is the outside skin of the head. Okay, so these needle electrodes just penetrate the skin of the head, that is scalp, and they are generally inserted through a small section of the skin just beneath the surface and is kept parallel to it. And with this type of electrode, a metal electrode interface takes place between the uninsulated tip of the wire, that is this portion, and the electrolytes of the body. Electrolytes of the body is body fluids. Okay, so an metal electrode interface takes place through this uninsulated tip of the wire or the needle portion, and this tip of the wire, that is this needle portion, is dipped to the electrolyte paste or the body fluid before, and this metal tip, that is needle, this is in some cases they are inserted into electrolyte paste such as gel and all before insertion to the body skin for protection purposes. These needle electrodes are also used for EMG measurement, electromyogram measurements, and such needle electrode consist of fine insulated wires, and the tips of such needle electrodes are bare and are in contact with the nerves of the body. Nerves are the fundamental parts of the nerve cells, are the fundamental parts of the nervous system. Okay, so in case of EMG measurements, the needle tips are kept in contact with the nerves, muscles or other tissue from which the measurement is to be made, and the remaining portion of the wire is covered with some form of insulation to prevent the shorting. Okay, and in this case the wire electrodes of metals such as copper or platinum are used for EMG pickup from muscles. The wires used are either surgically implanted or introduced by means of some hypodermic needle. When the wire is withdrawn, the needle electrode is left in that place. With this type of electrode, the metal electrolyte interface of the body takes place between the needle tip of the wire and the electrolytes or the body fluids of the body. There are two types of electrodes used in EMG measurements: unipolar electrode and bipolar electrode. And a single wire inside the needle serves as a unipolar electrode. When the wire inside the needle is a single wire, it is unipolar electrode, and that are used for measuring the potentials at a point of contact with respect to some reference. Okay, now bipolar electrode. So by the word meaning itself we can understand, if the wire that are inside the needle is there are two wires, then they are known as bipolar electrode, and this type of electrode will provide a localized measurement between two wire tips. Now for measurement of ECG, the type of needle electrodes used are surgical clips penetrating the skin of a living organism in the spinal region. Okay, such surgical clips are provided for taking the measurement in an ECG. Okay, so the needle electrodes and other type of electrodes that create an interface beneath the surface of the skin seem to be less susceptible to movement artifacts than surface electrode, particularly those of the older types. And by making direct contact with the subdermal tissue or the body intercellular fluids, these electrodes may also have lower impedance than the surface electrode, that is body surface electrode, of comparable interface area. That is the difference between the needle electrode and the body surface electrode. Now next one, let us move on to microelectrode. Microelectrodes are electrodes with tips sufficiently small to penetrate a single cell in order to obtain readings from within the cell, and the tip must be small enough to permit penetration without causing any damage to the cell. This action is usually complicated by the difficulty of accurately positioning this electrode with respect to the cell from which measurements are to be made. And the microelectrodes are generally of two types, metal and micropipette type electrode. Metal type microelectrode and micropipette type microelectrode. Okay, and these microelectrodes are generally small. Okay, that is, by the word meaning is we can understand it is small, micro. And in addition to that, the electrode used for measuring intercellular potential must be also strong so that it can penetrate the cell membrane and remain mechanically stable in that position. And the electrodes that meet these requirements are known as microelectrode. Such electrodes have a tip diameter ranging from approximately 0.05 to 10 micrometer. Okay, that is, the diameter will be in the range of micrometer. The microelectrodes can be formed from solid metal needles, from metal contained within or on the surface of a glass needle, or from a glass micropipette having lumen filled with an electrolyte solution. Now, as I have told, there are two types of microelectrode, metal microelectrode and micropipette electrode. So, metal microelectrode. Metal microelectrodes are formed electrolytically etching the tip of a fine tungsten or stainless steel wire to the desired size, and then the wire is coated almost to the tip of the electrode with an insulating material. And some electrolytic processing can also be performed on the tip to lower the impedance in such cases. The metal ion interface in such electrode takes place where the metal tip contact the electrolyte. Electrolyte is body fluid, either inside or outside the cell. Okay, so they are just the microelectrode with a metal tip, and up to the metal tip there is an insulation provided, and this metal tip will come in contact with the body fluids, and from where the measurements are to be made. Okay, so next one, micropipette microelectrode. In micropipette type, there is a glass micropipette with the tip drawn out to the desired size, usually about 1 micron or 1 micrometer in diameter. The micropipette is filled with an electrolyte compatible with the cellular fluids, and this type of microelectrode has a dual interface, and the one interface consists of a metal wire in contact with the electrolyte solution inside the micropipette, while the other is the interface between the electrolyte inside the micropipette and the fluids inside or outside the cell, that is body fluids. This is one interface. Okay, so that is about the micropipette microelectrode. And the another type is a commercial type microelectrode, and the figure of which is shown here. In this electrode, a thin film of precious metal is bonded to the outside of a glass microelectrode, and this type of microelectrode has advantages such as lower impedance than the micropipette electrode, infinite life, and also repeatable and reproducible performance, and also they are very easy for cleaning and maintenance. Okay, So in this type of electrode, you can see there is a gold plated pin connector here, and there is an insulator and a metallic thin film. This up to this portion it is insulated, and there is a glass probe also, and this is the metallic thin film. This is inserted to the position from where the measurements are to be taken. So the metal electrolyte interface is between the metal film and the electrolyte of the cell. Electrolyte is the body fluid. So this microelectrode, they are having very small surface areas. They have impedances which is of a high value up to mega ohms, and for these reasons the amplifiers which are used with this microelectrode are having high impedance requirement in order to avoid loading the circuit and to minimize the effects of small changes in interface, metal electrolyte interface impedance. So that is about a commercial type microelectrode. So that is all about biopotential electrodes and their classification types and all. In next session we will move on to transducers, biochemical transducers. Okay, thank you.